Hello there. Today we're going to be going over our brachial plexus. So we're going to start off with our words. We start with our roots, which go into our trunks, which then goes into the divisions, which feed the cords, and finally goes into our branches. As we go back to our spinal cord here, we start with our C5, C6, C7, C8, and T1. C5 and C6 come together. C7 is alone by itself. C8 and T1 also come together. Coming off of our C5 is our dorsal scapular nerve. And this innervates our rhomboid, major and minor, and our levator scapulae. And then C5, C6, and C7 also form the other nerve. Coming off of that is our long thoracic. And that innervates the serratus anterior. Our roots then continue to our trunks, forming the upper trunk, the middle trunk, and the lower trunk. We have two nerves that come off of our upper trunk. The first, or the second one I'm going to start with, is our nerve to the subclavius. And the other one is the suprascapular nerve. The nerve to subclavius is our favorite one. That innervates the subclavius. Suprascapular does the supraspinatus, as well as the intraspinatus. And now our trunks are going to go into our divisions, and they're going to form an anterior and a post. That's an R. All three of them do the same. Anterior and a posterior, but this bottom one has the posterior on top and the anterior on the bottom. Now before I continue, we have a dotted line that comes down to separate our two sides. On this side we have our supraclavicular, and on this side we have our infraclavicular. Sorry, a quick itch. All right, our three posteriors are going to form one cord here. And those cords form the posterior cord. Our two top anterior cords form the lateral cord. And our bottom anterior comes across and forms our medial cord. Coming out of our lateral is our lateral pectoral. Coming out of our posterior, I'm going to make this line longer since we have three coming out of here. We have our upper subscapular, amazing spelling, scapular. We have our lower subscapular, and in the middle we have our thoracodorsal, my favorite one. And then down here for the medial, we also have three. We have our medial pectoral, we have our medial brachial cutaneous, and our medial antebrachial cutaneous. And these two are sensory, whereas the rest of these nerves are our motor neurons, brachial cutaneous. All right, now for our innervations here. Our lateral pectoral innervates the pectoralis, sorry about that, major. Our upper subscapular does the subscapular. Subscapularis, sorry. Our lower subscapular does the subscapularis, as well as the teres major. And the thoracodorsal does the latissimus dorsi. Medial pectoral does the pectoralis major and minor. Okay, now let's move on to our branches. The lateral is going to form the musculocutaneous, and also is going to form with the medial down here, which is going to form off into two as well. This one is going to form the median. This is going to form the ulnar. The posterior is going to form off into two, which is going to be the axillary and the radial. Now I'm going to draw a thick line here for the radial, as that's our big boy. And the radial is going to do the posterior aspect of the brachium and the antebrachium. The musculocutaneous is going to do the anterior aspect of the brachium. The axillary goes to the axillary region as well as the deltoid muscles. The median does the lateral aspect of the the lateral aspect of the anterior antebrachium, and the ulnar does the medial aspect of the anterior antebrachium. And I believe that's it. Thank you.